Okay, so this print will be available on Printables for free, but I didn't want to just leave a description. I wanted to show you so that you don't ruin your controller. So this is the Beitong KP40D. I think the KP70 has the same sort of paddles that you can add on with magnets. Mine did not have those, or the guy I bought it from had lost them, so I created this. Now, this is a two-part print. It's very small and it goes very fast. It takes about 4 or 5 minutes, but you need an M3 screw. And that's because these magnets need something to, stick onto. And that works very well. The problem is I used an M3 screw that is just a little bit too long. So if you look closely, you'll see that I pushed that magnet in just a millimeter or two. Doesn't seem to matter, and in fact, it sits quite well right now. And I honestly think that because the screw actually goes into that hole right now, it fits even better. But I want it to be clear that if you push too hard with a too long M3 screw, you're gonna push that magnet into the controller. Not sure how it's gonna affect it in the long run, but right now it seems to work. And I bet if I open up the controller, I could probably push it back down, but I'm not gonna open it up, so I'm gonna leave that as is right now. So yeah, make sure that you use an appropriately sized M3 screw. If you don't have any screws, sure, you can just glue it, or maybe I can even upload a version that doesn't require a screw for you guys, but it's not gonna be a great fit that way, because it's super hard to get like those tolerances that you need for this with a 3D printer. And honestly, my Elegoo Centauri Carbon is kind of struggling with these, but um, yeah, it might pop off as you're playing intensely if you don't use anything metal for the magnet to stick onto, or that can hold on to it. But yeah, so far so good. And I did it for multiple reasons, because if you can remove the screw and undo the paddle, you can shape the paddle by heating it up, which is required. Otherwise, it's not going to fit along this. And I didn't want to print it like this, because you're going to get like an ugly ass surface, and it's just going to require so much more, complex shapes and stuff that the 3D printer doesn't like. So it's easier to print it flat and then heat it up with either a hair dryer or a lighter for a short while. Careful when you do that. I actually had to heat up this bit just a tiny bit too, and then push it in to make it fit really well. So you can do that as well. I hope I've been clear enough now so that none of you just wing this and end up, damaging your buttons. If there's anything else you're wondering about, just let me know. I'm gonna add the free CAD file so you can alter it if you'd like. But yeah, that's basically it. Print it, heat it up, screw the parts together with an M3, make sure it's not too long, and gently push it in and test the fit and see how it feels, if it comes loose when you do this or not. Like, spam it 50 times. Does it come loose? So try your way forwards, and maybe you even need to heat this bit up as well here, and then gently push it in to get the perfect fit. Because as I said, these are very small, like that little, if you can see that, this is hard, yeah, that little peg right there that goes in, or that little slot, whatever you want to call it, it's like 0.5 millimeters, and since the layer lines are like 0.4, it's kind of hard. I did end up actually reducing my layer lines to 0.3, but I'm gonna add that in the description, so yeah. Alright, that's it. Enjoy. Goodbye.